Dai Dai, iko, dale, ale, let's go. Dai Dai, iko, dale, ale, let's go. I think the artist Shakira may have just given us the best and most simplest delineation of the current astrology. What she said was, Dai Dai, iko, but what the world vibrationally heard was, Dai Dai, ego. Ain't that some shit? As we speak, there is a pretty remarkable astrological alignment happening, and the entire astrology and YouTube world is calling it Barbault's basket. And I think Shakira's lyrics that were blasted out into the world yesterday with the FIFA World Cup final are a perfect delineation for the single most important part of this configuration, and that is the Jupiter-Pluto opposition across the Leo and Aquarius axis. With the whole world listening, Shakira said, Dai Dai, ego, at the same time that Jupiter and Pluto were moving into an opposition. And this configuration actually very much does speak to this idea of letting your ego die. I find this to be profoundly synchronistic, and because it includes the human culture and pop culture, it makes both sides of me happy. I love the spiritual, but I also love when there is real spirit in the mundane, in the human. And so I think she offered us a really brilliant delineation. But let's get into the astrology. Pluto is the principle of death primarily, but by way of death, it also becomes associated with transformation. And when we have Pluto in Aquarius opposing Jupiter in Leo, we get this sentiment of a grand sense of self being reduced or brought to an end. Now, if we zoom out of this World Cup focus that I began this video with, then as an astrologer, I want to share with you what I think are the two most important things about this basket configuration that everybody's talking about. Number one is the Jupiter-Pluto opposition that the astrologer Shakira touched on at the World Cup. And this opposition speaks to differences or even power struggles in relationships with respect to belief systems, paradigms, a difference in the worldview that you share. Now, on a more individual, internal, or psychological level, this opposition might speak to a crisis of faith, a reinvention of faith, the way that you view the world, what you believe in, that paradigm being brought to a death and rebirth, as they say. And while this opposition is tense, the next most important thing to consider is that Neptune is trining Jupiter in a superior position. And what this means is the planet of dreams, visions, imagination, and that which is beyond words is offering support to this reinvention of faith. And so, to bring it all together, we have a crisis of faith, a death of what we believe in, but there is support available for us to dream, envision, and conjure up a new faith that will guide us forward. Hi, I'm Ava, and I'm a professional astrologer based in Toronto, Canada. If you enjoyed this video, then you might actually enjoy getting a reading from me. My books are open, and I would love to speak with you about your astrology and how this Barbault's basket is actually showing up in your life.